Hello, women of the channel, and welcome to another Woman of the Week. I'm Jacquie Rives, your community leader, and I am very excited for us to get to know Sommer Newman, Vice President, GSIs with Cyera. Hi, Sommer. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Hi, Jackie. Thanks for having me. This is super fun.
Let's do some rapid fire icebreakers.
Okay.
So, are
What you
you in early mornings or late evening kind of gal?
I should say both, but early mornings for work
Okay.
for sure. Early morning.
Plan Sorry,
Go ahead.
planning everything or going with the flow?
See, I keep doing both. I'd say both only because here's the both. Planning everything for sure when I was an individual contributor, I was like super structured, right? Leadership brings you a go with the flow. You
Mm,
get things popping in your day that you just have to go with and figure it out as it goes. So I would say more recently it's go with the flow. And since I've been in Cyera, for sure go with the flow. We're definitely growing at very fast pace. So there's a lot of stuff you just can't plan ahead for. It's great.
okay, fair enough. What is something that brings you joy outside of work right now?
Well, that's my husband and my 2 boys. When I'm not working, I am with my 2 amazing teenage boys, which, I won't lie, I was a little bummed we didn't have a daughter. I'm one of 5 women. I'm the middle child of 5 women,
Wow.
and, I have 2 teenage boys who play tons of sports. They're very social, spend all my time with them. They're turning into adults, so I'll get one-on-one time with one of them, and, like, they're great dinner dates now, and so that's, like yeah. I mean, I wish I could say I go for marathons and do all these other individual things, but not quite yet. I just enjoy the time with my husband and my 2 boys.
Oh, I
Yeah,
love that. That is joyful.
yeah.
All right, Summer, looking back, what moments or decisions most shaped your career path to where you are today?
Gosh, I would say, I started off my career in marketing and actually program management to marketing. And then I made a conscious decision to lean in fully with it was channel back then. Now we have ecosystems, right? So ecosystems was probably, I think, the biggest decision now. I think I realized early on, especially when I was at Palo Alto Networks, there's giant deals. It takes a village to win a big deal. And that was super exciting. I'd been offered, different roles in direct sales, like, wow, you could be a majors person. And I decided, you know what? I'm going to stay with ecosystems. I love it. I love the long-term partnerships and relationships that I've built. I see a lot of my partners that I've worked with on, massive opportunities, and sales reps grow into sales leaders. And I think that would probably be my decision that I made, that now I'm like really glad I did it. And then I'd say, I don't know, with switching from platform companies to a I'd say point solution, even though we're a platform at Cyera. I would also say the pivot between going from a big company, building from a small company to a big company, and kind of doing that alternatively instead of just sticking with something and staying until it's, big, is also a big one. So that shaped my career path because I realized, once things get to a certain point, I'm kind of like, okay, now I'm bored. What do I do now? Just managing that, you get the itch to build and do something exciting. And what AI, this whole world around AI is done for me is just realize not about the technology, just more about humans and how important the humans. And so I'm really thankful I've been part of the ecosystem, because the human interaction and the way we put deals together, we talk as humans, is really what's driving things forward. And I'm fortunate I've picked a career path and stuck with this, that I'm able to do it at a, you know, really cool place. So yeah, I know that's a kind of a long-winded answer for that one,
No,
but
no, no, no. It actually it told me a lot about you.
yeah, and there's people I wanna call out always, but, they know who they are, and, a lot of them have guided my way, even when I was younger in my career, where I was, like, trying to make decisions, and they're like, "No, you won't. No, you should do this," and I wasn't even involved in those conversations early on, but I'm really thankful I've always had, key leaders who are now, some of them retired VCs and such, that, have guided my path even with me. So, but the ecosystems is probably my biggest pivot that I've stayed with, that I think changed everything.
Yeah. No, you can see the joy in your face
Yeah, I love
and the relationship building and being a builder, and you finding that passion, which is pretty awesome. Okay. What is one word that describes how you're showing up in this season of life?
I keep making the difficult, like, let me pick 2. Intentional is what I would normally say because everything is
Okay.
and I try, every Monday morning at the beginning of the week, I kinda look at my week, look at what I'm doing, look at my strategy, kinda let's be intentional about everything I'm doing. But then builder is really where I'm at right now. I'm
Mm-hmm.
a builder. I'm a phase where I'm building. I'm building partnerships. I'm building go-to-market motions. I'm helping define an entire ecosystem around a new category, which is data security and AI. And I take risks every day sometimes because things are evolving, changing, and you have to pivot and move on from
Yeah.
that one. That wasn't a good idea. But it does require me to be intentional every day, intentional on who I give my time to,
Mm.
who I hire, how we show up, when we show up. So there's 2 again, intentional and builder.
That's okay. No one said you had to just do one. I love that you're calling the shots here. So don't hold back.
Love it, Jackie. Thanks.
Absolutely. I feel like you kind of led us into something important and it's one of my favorites. So how do you protect your energy and create sustainability in your work and life?
Okay, so this one, with sustainability, I joke with some of, especially in our female CRN circuit, there's a lot of
Uh,
like, what's your balance? You have a family, you have kids, you
yeah,
travel,
the balance word always like,
isn't it? I mean, I was talking to someone who's recently had a child that is a leader at another company last week. And I was like, there's no balance. Like, you're a great mom one week, you're a great employee the next week. Just on Friday night, look at what did I rock at this week? That's balance. Like, don't hold yourself accountable that you weren't a rock star at all the things you're doing because we wear many, many hats. So that's always my, thing with that. But when it comes to sustainability, it's clarity and boundaries, I'd say.
hmm,
So
hmm,
in a role like mine, there's always more I can do. And I used to run myself ragged, like, oh, this, I got to do it all. And as I've become a leader, you really have to look at clarity and boundaries around what's going to have the biggest impact. I've rolled out a priority focused GSI program out the gate. Always going to have my friends from every GSI wanting to like be that, partner, but you have to look at the boundaries, look at how do you grow that. And then on a personal level, I'm back to the intentional, things can get kind of hairy, certain weeks, and we have to protect our inner self when those happen. And when you start to feel like, gosh, I handled that on an emotional level. What was I thinking? Or, you want to have to know when to step back,
hmm. Fair
and
enough.
step away and reset. And I tell this to my teams as well. When you're on vacation, I have somebody going on vacation next week. I told her, she's like, oh, bring my laptop. I'm on a boat. I'm like, no, you need to take a minute because guess what? While you're on your boat, you're actually gonna be more valuable to me because you're gonna be thinking through all the strategic stuff that you're not, in the weeds
Yeah,
on. And while you're on vacation, you'll come back better than your day to day. So take the reset when you can. So that's on the personal level. What I
that's
try.
a great perspective.
Yeah.
Love that.
Thank
All
you.
right, we're almost out of time, but I'm going to try and squeeze in one more question to close us out. And that is, what's something you're excited about professionally or personally right now?
Okay. I'll stick with professional on this one.
Okay.
'Cause I'm really excited about the intersection of data security and AI, like, being at Cyera, I won't lie, when I first was on the outside, I was like, "What? I don't get it." But now that I'm in the company, having the working on opportunities, working with my partners, we're seeing a lot of GSIs and stuff not just resell the technology, it's all about services, and I'm able to take what they do best and drive something in the market right now that is moving so fast and so important that the biggest challenge has been where do we focus on which services, and how do we, do that at scale. So I actually get super excited. I'm a nerd. I'm a geek. I love technology. I love like sci-fi stuff. I love looking at the future and being part of the newest, coolest thing. And when I comment on something like, I think Adnan posted something on Deloitte about the SpaceX stuff and satellites or Deloitte's putting up, I'm like, oh my God, that's so cool. So for me professionally, I'm in the right space. I get to work with the cool partners I think are great, the GSIs, where they're doing some cool, innovative stuff. And all this AI talk is just it's just really cool to me, and it brings together the importance of humanity around that more than ever. And I just want to keep that message going of like AI is going to automate a lot of stuff, but we're so important to this, and it's really cool. So that makes me excited.
Love that for you. This is amazing. Thank you so much, Summer, for sharing your insights and allowing us to celebrate you as our Woman of the Week.
Thank you. I appreciate it. This is so great. And I can't wait to see you in San Diego a couple
Yes,
weeks.
me too. All right.
All right.
Community members, please comment, give some of your high fives, and let's just keep investing in one another because that's how this community grows and thrives. So until next time, have an amazing week.